Hello, friends. Welcome back to Rose, Tarot, and Astrology. I am your host, Mel Rose, and today is Friday, December 27, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoy bringing these videos to you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I want to let you know that I'm going to take next week off. So next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm not going to post. And it's because I want to get caught up. I want to get ahead a little bit so I can start posting these in a timely fashion instead of making them the morning of like I do. And we're also going to add some different kinds of content onto the channel. So please look forward to that. And, I won't see you next week, but Happy New Year to you all anyway. So today, I don't know if I said it is Friday, December 27, 2024. And the sun is in Capricorn and the moon is in Scorpio, moving on into Sagittarius. So sun in Capricorn, very earthen vibe, very goal oriented, especially when it comes to our work, social, and civic lives. Hey, really quick, give the video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know how the beginning of the winter season is treating you. Let me know how it's treating me too, if you know, okay? Let me know how the winter season is treating you. Let me know how New Year's is striking you, okay? So the sun is in Capricorn, and this is a time for planning. It is a time for keeping in mind what our long-term goals are, what it is that we want for ourselves in a concrete fashion in terms of our stability, our security, the money that we have, the home that we reside in. You know, what we need to feel secure and the work we're willing to do it. Okay, so I'm not by any means saying that sun in Capricorn, 1st of January, you need to be running 5 miles a day if you haven't been running 5 miles a day, all right? This is not a time just to dive into the deep end of our long-term goals. This is a time to be planning ahead, thinking about what the steps are going to be, right? Like making for yourself those measurable outcomes, right? Those goals, those steps that you have to take to get to that larger goal. So just giving your thought to that and putting in a little work to it right now. It's not that we are intended to be, like I said, in the deep end of our long-term goals, like right this minute. A lot of us won't be, but it is a good time to be gearing up and getting into the work mode of it, okay? And then the waning moon is in Scorpio, moving on into Sagittarius. And, in Scorpio, we kind of do an inner clearing. We kind of, hopefully, we do a little bit of a deep dive, and especially with the moon, waning, balsamic, so close to the new moon. It's a time to be clearing out old stuff and things, thoughts, attitudes, and dispositions that no longer serve a purpose, especially in our creative efforts to create the life that we want for ourselves, right? So after the moon leaves Scorpio around 1:45 p.m. today, Central Standard Time, I am in Missouri, so adjust for your time zone. It's like taking that information and taking that stuff and using it somehow to brighten and inspire our lives and our connections with the people that we keep close, okay? Brighten and inspire our relationship to our home and our loved ones. So that is moon in Sagittarius. We are inspired to act on what we've discovered. It is a very active and outgoing principle. So we might feel like, I haven't socialized in a couple of days and now I think I'd like to. And then I want to talk about the orange line on the upper right hand of the chart here. That is Venus in a square relationship with Uranus, which is retrograde in Taurus. Uranus has been in Taurus for years now and just really toying with our idea of what is stable, what feels secure, what we can keep, what we can have, what we have access to on a regular basis. And Venus is down here in Aquarius feeling, very inspired and very community oriented and very, wanting to put systems in place that provide for the uplift of everyone. Okay, so receptive to good ideas and new ideas about what security means, and we're expanding our idea of security to go past just the me and mine to the what works for us all to feel stable and secure. So Venus and Uranus are working together here. They are in mutual reception because Venus is in Uranus's ruling sign and Uranus is in Venus's ruling sign. So it's a pretty positive vibration, even considering that it's a square. Square is like somebody put a boulder in the road, and you got to figure out how you got to stop, slow down, figure out how you're going to get over, under, or around that boulder, right? How you're going to keep moving toward your goals for not just your own personal stability, but for the stability and the safety and the uplift of everybody around us, because we care, right? We care more than just about ourselves, more than just about our own people. Our sense of care for the rest of the people in the world is really expanding right now. So you can't always get what you want is the note on that one. This is an opportunity to assess what it's important to you to have, right? And I would not be surprised if we would be saying, yes, it's important for me to have hot running water in my house, and a toilet that flushes, and a refrigerator and a stove, and all of those basic amenities that we like to think everybody gets, right? But we know that not everybody has all the basic amenities. We know that not everybody has everything they need, and we also know that there is enough. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if I were saying I'm receptive to this level of stability for everybody in my neighborhood, or everybody in my town, or go on further out from there as far as you care to. So what is it important for me to have, and what is it important also for me to see the people in my community having, and understand that there are ideas of change, there are ideas of just shifting access to the availability of products that go along with this. There are things that we have to think about, actually, changing our ways of doing things, changing our ways of having this stability so that it can be more widely available. Okay, and then the big shape on the chart today is this Mars in opposition to Pluto, which has been going on and off for quite some time, and will keep going on and off until, I want to say, like the 23rd of January, maybe sooner than that. I might be mixing up my dates, but this has been an ongoing thing. And the Mars opposite Pluto, like, you see all of the violence and aggression going on in the world. It is very much a public, a worldwide vibe when we're talking about Pluto. But Mars also is a personal planet, and it talks about how we are aggressive, how we assert ourselves, how we assert our power in the world. Are we using our powers for good? And then, the Mars in opposition to Pluto does just bring out some aggressive impulses on the individual level and on the collective level, from person to family to all the way up to nations, right, are, kind of at odds with each other. There's a lot of polarization in the world today. All you have to do is tune into the news for the evening to see that. So this kite, though, is a very positive formation, because while you've got that opposition that is bringing about so many feelings of aggression, and with Mars retrograde, I even want to say, like, regret and reflecting on our actions and whether or not all of these aggressive actions on the personal level or on the collective level are really worth it, are really bringing about the changes that we want to see, right? We have some questions about that while we're in this moment of tension. But the green triangle, that is a grand trine. It represents grace and protection. And it is in 2 fire signs and 1 water sign. So it's not a perfect grand trine, because that Neptune on the right-hand side of the chart there is going to move on into Aries this coming year. But they're close enough in their orb to represent this big, I want to say, act of grace or protection, almost as though from on high. Okay, so it's not anything that we have to do for it, except perhaps realize when we are being protected and the ways in which we are being protected, and realize that sometimes our protection takes a little bit of, like, intuitive knowing what kind of protection I need in the moment. And often it also takes just some action. And this is a temporary configuration in the sky. The moon is only here in this spot for a few hours before that disappears. So the fact that when the Venus square to Uranus aspect is happening, that kite is in the sky. It's about, sort of feeling your way and knowing what kind of actions to take to bring about the circumstances that help you feel secure, right? And then Pluto is at the apex of that kite down on the lower right hand of the chart. And this is really just pointing our attention to really the collective desire for more security and uplift. Okay, it's not, again, it's not just about our individual goals anymore. It's about collective goals, and it's going to become more and more about that as we proceed forward in the coming years. Okay, so we're right at the beginning of Pluto in Aquarius. Over the next couple of years, all of our major outer planets are going to move on from either a water or an earth sign into a fire or an air sign. And that's going from sort of a passive principle into a more active principle. And it's going to say that our security is less about money, less about things, less about establishments and institutions, and more about what we can do, what kind of experiences we can act, and how we can act, how we can get involved to see to not only our own stability and security, but that of the rest of the world as well. Okay, so small picture, big picture, there you have it. Here we are at almost the end of the year, and we have some significant astrology coming up at the beginning of the year. So I can't wait to come back and share that with you all. All right, thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next video, friends. Bye-bye.